Winwing's Christmas sale starts December 21st. Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing very well and welcome to D-Day. I've been desperate since I've pretty much had DCS and the channel map to do a reenactment of D-Day, and we finally get a chance. Let's go and have a look at the request first of all. Wargames, request 12 from the viewers. Use Steel Rain. Well, I had to figure out what that meant. That is the American M270 MLRS multiple launch rocket system. I believe they called Steel Rain, used prevalent in Gulf War I and possibly other conflicts. Well, that's all I've got, so I had to use Steel Rain against something and prove would it be effective against something, and my thought was, finally I get to use D-Day. Let's see if Steel Rain can be effective against D-Day. So the evidence that I've based my simulation on is thus. Omaha Beach, of course there were 5 beaches and I'm just looking at Omaha because I cannot simulate all the 160,000 men that attacked the beach on D-Day. We're just going to do 1/5. Of that 1/5, Omaha Beach, there were I think 3 divisions that attacked it on D-Day, about 40,000 men. I'm going to simulate 1/3 of the 1st division that attacked. It's about 4,000 men. What I'm going to call waves 1 to 3. Now, I'm not a historian, as you know. I'm just going on the data that I've got here. So here is a planning map for the first waves of Omaha Beach. Each one of these little crosses is an American company. Company, by the way, is about 140, 150 men in this case, or 4 Higgins boats. So, for instance, Company C, Company A, Company B, Company L, and so on. This is the span of Omaha Beach. Waves 1. Waves 2 and Waves 3 is my understanding of it. And the beach was split into Charlie, Dog Green, Dog White, Dog Red, Easy Green, Easy Red, Fox Green and Fox Red. As for the German defences, which I needed to set up as well, then we've got this here. This comes with a full website. You can see the defences at Omaha Beach, and each of these instalments is explained exactly what was there, gun size, troop size, and so on. So that's the information I've gone with. So here's my simulation. This is the actual beach. You can see Charlie, Dog Green, all these I've split up to the nearest 50 feet or so. Here are all of the companies in the correct size, as best I can, in the correct place. So C company, A company, F company, G company, and so on. We've got first wave, second wave, which I think were 8 minutes behind, but I stand to be corrected. Third wave. Of waves 1 to 3, they consisted, as in real life, of 27 companies. That's 108 Higgins boats, which should have been, if they were all filled up, 3,888 men. So today we are simulating first third of the 1st division of 3,888 men. They're starting about 1.5 miles off the beach and going at full power towards the beach. As for the Germans, I've not put every single infantryman in because the sim just got too big. So what I've done is put all the rough installations at, roughly the right place to within about 100 feet at roughly the right caliber of gun. So the simulation starts when these guys are 1.5 miles out. It stops when they get past this line here, which is the disembarkation line. At that point, the troops are going to start getting out of the boats, and that's the end of the simulation. Next, let's look at arcs of fire. Here's the stage fields of fire. Sorry about the mess. I couldn't really clear it up. But you've got out until about 2.5 miles. You've got the 105 and the 75mm howitzers. I think they actually had an 88mm in there as well. Then 3/4 mile, you've got the large machine guns. I'm assuming MG42s, but I'm not sure what they actually were here. And then within 1/4 mile, you've got rifle fire, which we've simulated just a bit of rifle fire. We've got to work through that. We can reply with our M2s, I think, that are equipped on the Higgins. As well as that, we have support from the RAF and maybe the USAF if they turn up today to do some strafing of the beach defences. First, we're going to run the simulation through without the MLRS, the Steel Rain, just to see how D-Day does. Just to gauge and get a control. Then we're going to add Steel Rain and see what the difference is. And we're there. We're past the disembarkation lines. These guys up to the west have actually been there for quite some time, fully unloaded. Of the first wave of it, which there were 9 companies, so that's 36 boats, there are remaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So of the 36 boats in the first wave, 27 got through, 9 were felled, mainly by those 105s I saw, howitzers, and about 20% of the German line appears to be wiped out. Now, what happens if we add a battery of M270 MLRS? So let's go and find our battery. Here it is, about 20 miles away. Now, an old battery of these was 90 actual trucks. A new battery is 6. We're going for an old battery. We've interviewed an M270 MLRS operator, by the way. It was really interesting. The way it's going to work is after these guys here hit a certain point, which is being stereoscopically ranged, then the MLRS will fire right along the front against the first wave and see how much damage we can do against the first wave. Predictions, guys. And we saw the damage done by the roughly period accurate weapons from the Germans. How much damage do you think the MLRS from the 1980s, 90s will do?
So it depends on the rocket type, right? The rockets, the DCS models, I believe, are all the cluster munition package. Mm-hmm. So I believe that if they can get their time on targets together, that it's going to be particularly devastating against these boats.
Roger. I really look forward to some, I don't know how it's going to go, but I really look forward to some feedback from the valued viewers about the different rocket types. Okay, guys, stand by. Right, guys, let's see what difference we can make with a bit of modern artillery. Oh, you guys are flying low. Bless their cotton socks. Stealth mode, Spitfires. Oh, look at them. Come on, boys. Give it to them. One of the Spits is hit. MLRS warmed up in their firing position, doing their last computation and warm up, getting ready to fire. Oh, we've lost a Spit. We've lost a Spit. That's just like that film, Dunkirk. And the MLRS are firing! I would not want to be there. I so do not want to be there. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Oh my God. Can you see it, guys?
That's about exactly what I expected.
Shall I fly through it?
Yeah, go on, fly through it. Wow, that's server breakingly good. Beautifully timed. And the MLRS is over. It's finished. The last boats are blowing up. Right, let's run it to the very end. F Company is still here. How about that? F Company is still going. F Company, best company. And stop simulation. Well, that's something you don't see every day. Oh, wow. Look at the difference. Of the 9 companies, 36 Higgins of the first wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them remained. Although in reality, all of the guys on board obviously would have been killed by shrapnel because it was just, well, that's what it's designed to do. So pretty much the whole front wave was wiped out. Let me just put that in man costs. 36 times 36. 1,300 men were just wiped out with one battery of MLRS, which is bad and terrible. But it also goes to show how big D-Day was. Although this MLRS battery just wiped out 1,300 men, that is only one wave of... I can't actually work out in my head how many waves are coming. Let me just quickly figure it out, guys. Well, or should I say another way of working it out? Of the 42,000 men that landed on this beach on this day, that only took out 1,300. So there's another 41,000 coming this day. So it was, in terms of wiping out the forces that are coming, it was ineffectual. But when I first made this sim, I first thought, oh, steel rain, it's going to wipe out the entire 40,000, the entire 3 divisions. But that's about as most damage as it can do with lots of setup. It was really impressive to watch. I don't know, any feedback from you guys on how you thought that went?
Yes, that 42,000 people also came in for over the course of a couple of days?
Negative. The first 3 divisions was one day. I've just been geeking up on it, and there was loads more. Okay. Loads more came after that. So there was 800,000. Yeah.
So one day. So in that time period, it's going to come down to reload speed of the MLRS and munitions available. I have personally seen reload times within a couple of minutes. It depends on how close the firing points, the reload points, and all that sort of stuff are together.
Well, that'd be interesting. I guess we need some more MLRS guys to really say how fast could you reload these, and therefore what frequency of waves could we actually attack here. That would be really interesting. And obviously, I suppose you could also hit the beaches with the people on as well, but that's not part of this sim. I just wanted to do the naval aspect. But obviously, you could wipe the entire beach out of infantry, couldn't you, Sock?
Yes. That's specifically what this platform was made for in the 80s.
Nasty stuff, guys. But remember, it is only a sim, and we can run this stuff. Any feedback from Gary and Simba? What did it look like from... I couldn't see from above, really.
Oh, utter devastation. Anywhere where the landing was just destroyed.
I remember from 1991, when a lot of the Iraqi military were surrendering, they said the thing that made them surrender was the steel rain. We didn't care so much about the tanks and the F-15s and stuff. It's just the steel rain. Stop the steel rain. I remember that imprinted in my mind when I was 11 years old.
There's something else I want to add about this. There's also an implied dud rate when we talk about the sub-munitions here. That's become unexploded ordnance and it can inadvertently create minefields. Wow. So if they are to launch these over the desert, over the beachhead itself, now all of a sudden everybody has to deal with UXO.
I'm surprised these aren't banned then, because a lot of cluster munitions are banned for that reason, weren't they?
They are. Oh, right. Well, we don't use them anymore specifically for that and the fin failure rate. Yeah.
Wow. No idea.
Yeah, they are terrible weapons.
Well, that was really interesting. And if you want to see anything else against the D-Day landings, guys, like what could some A-10s do or something, let us know and we'll go and have a look at that. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed it and we'll see you later.